When Ford updates the Mustang, the world pays attention. Or at least everyone in the US does, that is. Ever since the 1960s, the Mustang has been trading blows with the Camaro. And just when you thought one was on top, the pendulum would swing. In recent years, the Mustang has been the sales leader. But with a new Camaro in town, Ford wanted to fortify its position with this 2018 refresh. This is the GT Premium with the Performance package. But our review will cover all the other versions of the Mustang GT. So let's go ahead and check out Ford's latest weapon in the never-ending pony car war. We are happy to announce our new partnership with Madison County Ford Lincoln, located here in Richmond, Kentucky. To find out more information about their dealership and massive inventory of new Ford and Lincoln products, then check out the video description where we have provided both their physical and web addresses. Every 2018 Mustang comes standard with intelligent access and this branded key fob. It is pretty large, but I like the feel of it. You'll also find remote start on models equipped with the automatic transmission. As you can tell, there are changes inside and out, but more importantly, let's see what's new under the hood. Of course, this wouldn't be a successful update if more power wasn't added, and indeed it was. The GT is still powered by the 5-liter Coyote V8, but it's been thoroughly reworked this year. It now produces 25 more horsepower, bringing the total to 460, and 20 more foot-pounds of torque for a total of 420. Ford claims all that power will be enough to get the Mustang to 60 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds. That's enough to beat the Camaro, and it's not far off from something more exotic like the Corvette. Power is always routed to the rear wheels, though you do have the choice between 2 transmissions, either a 6-speed manual or a new 10-speed automatic. I do want to briefly mention that there is a base EcoBoost model, but we'll be covering that in a separate video. And finally, for the least important part, we have fuel economy. The manual coupe is rated at 15 city, 25 highway, 18 combined, while the automatic transmission improves that slightly to 16 city, 25 highway, 19 combined. If fuel economy is any concern to you, you'll be best served with the EcoBoost and its 6 mile per gallon better rating. Anyways, that does it for the powertrain enhancements. So let's see what Ford's changed on the outside. With the new Mustang, the individual styling cues are much the same as before, but somehow the overall look is a good deal different. Up front, the grille retains the same shape, but is stretched out a little wider this year. The lower portion is also widened out a bit, and the inside of the grille remains a black honeycomb design. Turning to the headlights, they too have been reshaped, and they are now LED on both trims. I really like the 3D look. And down below you have LED turn signals and fog lamps across the range. So since we're a little short on space, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the side stuff now. The Mustang is still 188.5 inches long, but the more noteworthy thing is the new addition of magneto-rheological dampers for 2018. They work in the same way as the ones in the GT350 and Camaro, by adjusting all four corners independently and continuously. On the more boring side of things, there are now several active safety technologies that you can add to the Mustang. The Safe and Smart package includes automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, auto high beam headlights, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, and rain sensing wipers. These are features definitely not common in muscle cars. Moving on to the wheels, Ford says there are 10 new choices this year. These are the 19-inch ebony black alloy wheels that come with the performance package, which in my opinion look a lot better than the standard 18-inch alloys. There are 3 other choices on the GT, 2 of which are 19-inch alloys, and the other is a 20-incher. Another thing the performance package adds are these 6-piston Brembo brakes. The standard model has regular ventilated disc brakes. Coming up to the mirrors, they are heated and have turn signal indicators on the GT Premium. We don't have it, but you can get blind spot monitoring as well. Looking at the back of the Mustang GT, there are a lot less changes. One thing I do want to note is that normally the performance package comes with a large wing, but this model has optionally deleted it. Of course, we still have the signature Mustang taillights, with the really cool sequential turn signals. But down here there is a significant difference, since GTs now have quad exhaust outlets instead of duals on the 17. Let's just pause for a moment to admire that sound. So the fuel capacity of the GTs is 16 gallons. That's good for a range of 288 miles with the manual, and 304 with the automatic. And Ford does recommend premium fuel. Well, that sums up all the exterior updates, so now let's see what's changed on the inside. First, looking inside the Mustang, there aren't any major changes that stand out, but there are several small refinements. This being the GT Premium means we have leather seating, in this ebony, ceramic, or tan. 401A Premium Plus package gets nicer leather in either ebony, showstopper red, or midnight blue. The final thing you can add are Recaro seats. The standard GT comes only with cloth seats in black or gray. Turning to the door trim, it mimics the seating materials, with nice leather on our GT Premium. The upper portion is also padded plastic. The windows are fully automatic. This 6-way power adjusting driver's seat is standard on all GTs, but you do still have to adjust the back manually. The leather itself is pretty nice, and the bolsters are aggressive even in this standard seat. So the changes to the interior can be attributed more to small refinements than a big change. And the same goes for the materials. The material of the two hoods is soft touch plastic with some stitching. Below that we have some trim with a darker finish than last year. It is also padded along the edge here, and everything else does fit together solidly without any gaps. The standard push-button ignition is located here on the dash. After you press it, the 8-inch sync screen will fire up on the GT Premium, or a really small 4.2-inch one on the standard model. Startup already sounds great, but there is a new active exhaust system this year. These gauges are the standard airplane-inspired setup, with the same multifunction display as last year. The big news though is the new 12-inch fully digital setup, which comes with 26 different color options and 8 different layouts. The standard screen does still have stuff like your track apps, for measuring your performance and things like your line lock. Every Mustang comes with electric power steering, which can be tuned to your liking. And the steering wheel is also leather wrapped on all models. This year the buttons have been rearranged a little bit, but with the same look. This pad is for the gauge display, and these are for phone and voice. The wheel itself is manually adjusting, and for the first time it can also be heated. Now of course storage is not too important for a car like this, but there is still an adequate amount. The center console is fairly large and quite deep, and there is also a USB port. Up in the front there is a phone-sized bin, also with a USB port and a 12-volt outlet. Obviously, this is the automatic shifter. You have to press down on the top and pull back. Pulling back once more puts you in sport mode, where you can shift manually via these paddles. When you shift into reverse, a standard backup camera will pop up. It does have guidance lines and trajectory, plus you can zoom in. Every Mustang also comes with a nice manual handbrake. Moving up the dash, we have a nice row of toggles. The first one lets you pick between 3 steering modes: normal, comfort, or sport. The toggle next to it is for the drive modes. There are 6 of these, and you can save custom combinations of the drive mode and steering mode. Another benefit of the GT Premium is dual zone automatic climate control. You adjust the temperature here with this silver toggle, and the information does also appear on the screen. While almost all of the buttons are located down here, there are still a few things that you have to control up here, like zones. Still, overall, it's pretty easy. Included with that on the Premium are these 3-stage heated and 3-stage ventilated seats. These aren't new features, but I still find them impressive. We have the standalone option shaker audio system, so let's take a listen. Sound quality is very impressive and definitely helped by the dedicated subwoofer in the back. So that brings us to the Sync 3 infotainment system. I'll just hit the highlights real fast. You have shortcuts along the bottom, and pressing anything on the home screen makes it bigger. You can control the Bluetooth audio from here, and here are all the other sources. You also have phone, where all your contacts automatically sync over from your connected smartphone. Navigation, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay are also included with the upgraded system. That's all I'm going to cover in this video, so be sure to check out our dedicated Sync 3 tutorial if you want to learn more about the system. A link to that is in the description. In between the vents, you do have a couple of gauges that add to the high performance looks. This auto dimming mirror comes standard on all GTs. And you have universal remote separated up here. There continues to be no moonroof option, but of course you can always just get the convertible. So overall, the cabin of the Mustang GT is surprisingly free of compromises. Normally, this type of vehicle requires sacrificing comfort, technology, storage, visibility, etc. But the Mustang does a great job of eliminating such problems. Now I'll hand it off to Mason to check out the rest.
Heading around to the rear of the Mustang, you'll find a pretty big trunk. To get it open, just use the fob. That shows its 13.5 cubic foot capacity, which is over 4 cubic feet bigger than the all-new Camaro. For those wondering about the convertible, it comes in at 11.4 cubic feet. As you can see, Ford did make the opening nice and wide. And in this corner is a subwoofer for our shaker audio system. You won't find a full-size spare under the floor. The back seats aren't very useful, but those who buy in this class normally don't mind. The specs come in at 29 inches of legroom and 38.4 inches of headroom. When you get in, the seats are actually comfortable buckets, but you won't find any amenities or anything. Overall, it's right on par with the class. The seat doesn't automatically slide back, so you have to use the buttons over here. As you can tell, the seat is power adjusting on our Mustang. Materials in front of the passenger are nice with some sporty trim and some soft touch plastic. The glove box is also dampened and decently sized. Well guys, we hope you enjoyed watching one of the first looks at the refreshed 2018 Ford Mustang GT Premium. Stay watching for a quick look at the pricing, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.